It granted explicit duty to protect individual rights. However, when with the commerce registered the power in the South in 1877, often by parliamentary suppression of voting, the passed Jim Crow law to maintain white supremacy as well as new definition state constitution that permanent most African American and many poor who from voting. This continued united until the gains of the civil rights movement in the 1960s and the passage of federal legislation to enforce uniform constitutional right for all citizens. The United States became the world leading industrial power at the turn of the 20th century due to an outbuster of interpretation and individualization in the Northeast and Midwest and the arrival of millions of immigrant workers and farms from Europe. A national railroad network was complete and large sales means and factors were established misdirectional with corporational inflation and traditional politicals estimate the progressive movement for the 1890 to 1920. This year led to many reforms, including the 16th to 19th Constitution amendments, which brought the federal income tax, direct election of senatory, prohibition and women's suffrage, entirely returned neutral during World War I. The United States declared war on Germany in 1917 and founded the Allied Victoria. The following year, women obtained the right to vote in 1920, with Native Americans obtaining citizenship and the right to vote in 1924. After proposed discard in the 1920s, the all estate cash of 1929 marked the next of the decade-long worldwide Great Depression. Democratic President Franklin Roosevelt ended the Republican domination of the White House and implemented his New Deal programs, which included yield of the unemployed, support of farms, social security and minimum wage. The New Deal defined modern American liberation. After the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, the United States entered World War all and financed the Allied were effort and helped deferred in the Germany in the European that its involvement government in using nearly invested and unclear was spent on two Japanese cities to defer Imperial Japan in the perfect thereafter. The United States and the Soviet Union impressed as rival superpower in the aftermath of World War II. During the Cold War, the two countries confronted each other indirectly in the arms race, the space race, proxy area, and programmed completions. The goal of the United States in the was to stop the spread of commotions in the 1960s, in large part due to the strength of the civil rights movement. Another wave of social reforms was instead which enforced the constitutional right of voting and freedom of movement to African Americans and other legal memorial tests. The coup were ended when the Soviet Union was official dissolution in 1991, revealing the United States as the world's only superpowers. After the coup war, the United States foreign policy has focused on modern conflict in the Middle East. The beginning of the 21st century, the September 11 attacks carried out by all carried in 2001, which was later followed by wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. In 2007, the United States entered its worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, which was followed by slower than usually rate of economic growth during the early 2010. Economic growth and unemployment rates recovered by the late 2010. However, their economical gain were nested in 2020 due to the COVID-19